Hey guys, and welcome to Maitland Explains. Today I'm going to show you what it takes to design your own reports, modify existing ones, and answer frequently asked questions as we go. We spend most of our time entering information into MEX, but what happens when we need to get information out? MEX has hundreds of standard reports, each specifically designed to export data in a certain way. Now, some may fill your requirements, but for the ones that don't, you can edit them and make them the way you want. Additionally, you can create a new report which could be unlike any standard report we have. I'm going to give you the tools to achieve this today. So in MEX 14, you use MEX Utilities to edit reports. You can access this in two ways. The first way is by going to the reports in the control files and then open the details of a report and click Design. This will automatically download utilities and open up the report designer with the report open. The second way is by going Tools in the top left, Open MEX Utilities. This will bring you to the Utilities menu. From here, go to Reporting and Security and then Design Reports. You will see a list of all the available reports in the system. Now, before I show you how to edit a report, you should always take a backup of the original, just in case. To do that, you'll see at the bottom of your screen a button called Export Report XML. Highlight the report you're modifying, for example, the work order report, and click that button. Choose somewhere to save it that you'll remember, and then later, if you need to restore it, use the button called Restore Selected Report from XML, and then navigate to where you saved it previously. Now let's get started. First, with the work order report selected, back it up. Once this is done, double-click it and then hit Design. You now see that we have the report open in the Designer view. On the left-hand side, we have a toolbar with various different types of controls such as label, checkbox, and picture box. On the top right-hand side, we've got the field list for the work order. And on the bottom right, we have all the properties for the control selected, as you can see in the drop-down just above it. Adding fields is as simple as clicking and dragging a field from the field list onto the page. But let's say we wanted a comment field of the work order assets parent on here. First, we expand the asset node in the field list, and this gives us the work order assets properties. Then, expand the asset parent node, and this gives us the parent asset properties. Finally, drag the comment field under that onto the work order. If you look at the right-hand side of the newly added field, you'll be able to see a small yellow cylinder. In fact, many fields on the work order have it. This indicates that the field connects to the data source and will change when the report is generated. The one we just added will change to the parent assets comment field. Next, let's drag a label next to the field so we have some sort of indication of what the field represents. In your toolbox, of the top left-hand side of the screen, click and drag the label just to the left of the parent comment field we added before. To change the text, you can either double-click the label or use the properties in the bottom right-hand side and change the text property. It's in the properties where we can change the font color, the size, the alignment, and more. Now keep in mind, if you make a mistake, you can use Ctrl-Z or with the control selected, press Delete on the keyboard to remove it completely. A common problem I hear is that you find that when you print a report, it doesn't look like it fits properly to the page. Well, you can use the drop-down above the properties and select the X report, and then modify the paper kind property to something that matches your printer settings. I keep it on A4. You'll notice that with any control selected, there are 8 small squares around it. Clicking and dragging these will allow you to change the dimensions of any selectable control. You can also use the toolbar at the top of the screen to change the font type, the size, and alignment of the selected label or field. If you're happy with the changes we've just made, you can use the preview button down the bottom left-hand side to see how your changes impact the report when it's generated, instead of seeing it through the designer view. I invite you all to really play around with all the different controls, assuming you took a backup. There is a lot of power here and different functionality that we just can't get into in one video. However, MEX provides a report writing training course that goes over a day and has a lot more in-depth look at reports. The link is in the description. Now once you're done modifying the report, press the lower X at the top right of the screen to save and exit back to the report details. Here, by ticking boxes, you can enable and disable different types of parameters available to you when you go to generate the report in MEX 14. The checkboxes that are grayed out are irrelevant to this type of data the report contains. You can create a completely blank report from here or in the listing behind by clicking the New button. Make sure you tick Show in Report List just below the description if you want to view it in MEX 14. In the designer, before any fields are available, you're going to have to select the data source using the button in the top left. After this, you can build a new report using the techniques in this video. Practice makes perfect with report writing, and I encourage everyone to have a go. But if you need a more complicated report written or you just don't have the time, we have people that do this every day and can turn your idea into reality. Please call in for more information. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you're well on your way to creating some cool reports. I'm Maitland from Maitland Explains, and you've been great.